Hello everyone, I'm here in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 to talk about my cat. Well, I'm not entirely sure that this is going to be my cat, but I'm probably going to end up having a cat here in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, though I don't know what to call it yet. I might get viewer suggestions on that. But as you might be able to guess, I have the Got Friends Man's Best Friend mod. It is available on the got-friends.com website for $10. And, well, it basically gives you pets. And they are animated. They do not make any sounds. And unfortunately, they occupy the co-pilot position. And I say unfortunate, I mean, of course you would want your pet as a co-pilot. The problem is that some planes do not have the co-pilot position configured properly or replace it with passengers. For instance, my A2A Comanche has passengers in all the other seats. It doesn't have room for a co-pilot per se, and so the cat doesn't show up. So unfortunately, the plane that I'm using most often right now, the Comanche, I can't have the cat there, as far as I know, unless there's some way around that. I am in a default plane, the DA62, because that's reliable in terms of getting the cat in place. But, well, no, you can actually see the cat there. Good. I was double checking. But you do have the weird seatbelt strap problem because the seatbelts are positioned such that they fit a actual person. And if you get rid of the mass here, let me test this out. Okay, maybe we, you know what, the seatbelts. Oh, I have to press load aircraft. Yes, load immediately. Ah, yeah. The seatbelt goes away, but so does the cat. So there's no way around it. If I put 1 here and say load aircraft, cat comes back, but the seatbelt loop is still as if there's a person that's supposed to be there. So that's what we have to deal with. So there are all these issues where if it wasn't a co-pilot, if it wasn't taking up the co-pilot position, it might be better. It does give you this option here to move the cat. Actually, the cat by default starts, let's see, you can set to default position. The cat actually starts down there, not in the seat. So you have to move the cat. But it might be good to have the cat not be in the co-pilot position, but be like, I don't know, sitting on top of the... I don't know what's possible or not, so I can't really say. But yeah, you have to move the cat anyway, so I figure maybe we could have the cat based on some other position, but maybe this is the only way to do it. Then again, there is a mod by, I think, Parallel 42 that allows you to place tents and stuff like that, a whole campsite. So maybe there's some other way of doing it. Just taking a quick look at their website. So this is what the website looks like, and they also have it available on the Contrail shop if you prefer that. And they say 128 companions. And the full list looks like this. They have all of the very specific breeds of dogs. They don't seem to appreciate that cats do have named types. They've got standard, house, skinny, heavy, stray, and kitten. So not much by way of attention to the cats. And then we have ducks, tortoises, and rabbits. One thing that I was sort of missing and I wish they had was a lion cub. And that's one pet that was actually carried by Roscoe Turner, a famous pilot, flamboyant with his pet Gilmore the lion. And he was a Thompson Trophy Air Race winner and flew on airlines, but he had a pet lion cub, Gilmore, in 1930. And let's see. He saw a lion cub advertised for sale in California, persuaded the owner to donate it to him in return for promoting the lion breeding farm. He named the cub Gilmore, raised him at home in Beverly Hills, gave him familiarization flights in the Air Express, and afterwards fitted the cub with a Turner adapted parachute, and did a whole bunch of publicized flights until the Lion Cub became too heavy and unmanageable in the aircraft, as you might imagine. So, yeah. Eventually, the lion died in 1952 and was stuffed and is in the Smithsonian now. But even though this is by far the most famous flying pet, we don't have a lion cub option. So that's a little bit sad. So I have these two qualms about man's best friend. One, that is taking up the co-pilot position and doesn't work with all the planes, which is a little bit sad. And two, that we don't have a lion option. But, you know, it's an extra talking point and point of interest during long flights. So there's that. And let me show you how you can get your pet. You might have already guessed how. It is tied to the co-pilot thing, and so you go to customize identity here, and under co-pilot, right at the bottom, no, not really right at the bottom because there's so many options, you can see all of the dogs, the endless supply of dogs, and then, you know, a few pets who aren't dogs eventually. Yeah, here we've got cats. So you got some cat options. I suppose that's sort of a Siamese thing. Black cat. And then ducks and rabbits. They're not the fluffiest rabbits ever, and a tortoise. 3 tortoises. A penguin would have been nice too. That would be more of an Evangelion reference. But anyway, I don't know why a duck, personally, but I would definitely opt for penguins instead of ducks. They seem like flightless ducks. At least I don't see the wings very prominently. If they occasionally flap their wings, that would be very impressive. But how you even manage to have a duck inside an airplane, I have no idea. The rabbits would be tough too. The tortoises would be alright. And heck, if you can have a lion cub, you can definitely have a cat. So, anyway. Well, I mean, at least if it's familiarized with the plane, as it were. Otherwise, it's going to rip everything apart. Anyway, so there we have it. That is man's best friend. And I don't know what I'm doing with it. I just couldn't resist. So we'll see. We'll see if it adds some spice to flights. But I'll be doing more flight sim. I've been wanting to do flight sim, and I've got other things that I've added in that are going to make things more interesting. So we'll see about that. So that's it for now. With that, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do press like. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below. And I'll see you next time.